again, Yani, and in today's video, we are going uh, to view wired and wireless NIC information. So the objective is to identify and work with PC NICs and identify and use the system tray network icons. So the only thing we need is one PC with two NICs, which is wired and wireless, and a wireless connection. So first one, let's identify and work with PC NICs. So for step one, we will use the network and sharing center to view the adapters available on our PC. So first, we will go to control panel so we can search it here. Oh, this is the control panel. Network and internet. We will go to network internet and network and sharing center. So as we can see, our current connection is the Ethernet 4 of the router. And to change, to view our adapters, we will go to change adapter settings. So as we can see, the Ethernet 2 is unplugged. The Ethernet 4, which we're currently using, is plugged. And the Wi-Fi is disabled. So for this one, if it is, as we can see, locate the wireless network connection. If it is disabled, right-click and select Enable to activate the wireless NIC. So for this one, we will go to Network Connections, right-click, and then Enable. So we can see we enabled the Wi-Fi, and now we will connect the Wi-Fi by right-clicking Connect Disconnect. So as we can see, we can choose what Wi-Fi or network we will connect. So for this one, we will choose the Yani and connect it to the Wi-Fi. As we can see, it is already connected and secured. For the next one, we will check the SSID by clicking right click and then status. So based on the experiment, the data the data needed is the SSID. Wait, here is the SSID, which is Yani, as we connected earlier, and the speed of the internet or the speed of the wireless connection is about 144.4 Mbps. So let's click the details on this status. So for the MAC address, it is the same as the physical address, which is 0C96E69FC20B. So do we have a multiple IPv4 DNS server listed? There is no multiple DNS server. However, we have one, which is the same IPv4 default gateway, which is 192.168.254.254 in this case. So since it is a single network, therefore it is the IPv4 DNS server is connected only to a single DNS. This laptop is connected to a single DNS server. So so let's open this. Let's close this first. So let's try to view the same information on step E by using the command prompt. So we can see there is a command prompt. So we will type ipconfig /all. As we can see, we will view here to this wireless LAN adapter Wi-Fi. As we can see, the physical address is the same. So it is 0C96. So 0696 E69F C2-0B. And the DNS server is only one, which is the same as the default gateway, since it is connected to only a single server or a single net, or it is only the network existing uh, in this place. So let's close this one. Next, we will go to the status again by right clicking this one, then status. And this time we are going to click wireless properties. So as we can see, this is the connection, and we will go to security. So we can see the type of security. Let's close this first.
This is that once in a lifetime.
So we can let's try again. So click wireless. Let's move it on the right on the. So let's adjust the screen to see. There. So wireless properties, then security. So by showing the show characters, we can see the password. So as we can see, by showing the show characters, we can see the network security key. So we can able to see the password for our Wi-Fi. So the characters are not hidden now. So close the wireless network properties, then so we will close this one. Okay, so we will close this one. So we will go and right click the Wi-Fi again. Here, okay. So right click Wi-Fi, and then we will go to connect, disconnect. And as you can see, it shows a pop-up window which appears bottom right of your corner of your desktop that displays the current connection along with a list of SSIDs that into range of the wireless NIC of your PC, which is true because there, as we can see, there is a lot of other SSIDs that being detected on my PC. To join one of the other selected, let's connect this one. But since I am already connected to this network, let's try to view this one. So by right clicking it, status, then go to wireless properties. But for this network, we can see the speed is almost uh, three or more than double of the speed of the earlier network. Let's go to wireless properties, then security, then show characters, and we can see the password. So as we can see, I'm already connected, so that is why I cannot uh, type any characters. But when we try to connect into another network, let's try to another one which is unfamiliar. Let's try. So as we can see, the characters are hidden, but when we click this eye icon, we can see the uh, the characters, but if we release it, it is hidden. Okay, so since this is unknown network, so we will not push to connect this one. Okay, so let's proceed with our wired NIC. So let's right click our Ethernet port since it is enabled, since we are currently connecting this one. So we will not enable it. So in our status window, we can see the status for this one. So let's right click and then status. So as we can see, the IPv4 connection is internet, and there is no SSID since it is not wireless, it is wired, but there is a detail of speed which is 1 Gbps, which is faster than our previous network we reviewed. So let's click for the details to view the information. So as we can see, the MAC address is different from the wired. So for this one, we have 00E04C6841EA, and this is the IP address and the subnet mask. But we can see the DNS server from the wireless is the same since it is connected to the same network. So that is why the DNS server is the same, as well as the default gateway. So we will close this one. So let's try to our command prompt again. So this is the command prompt. So let's try. The same command earlier, and as we can see, this is the Ethernet 4 for this one. So we can see that the MAC address or the physical address is the same as we saw on the control panel earlier, and the DNS server is the same with the gateway, so the information shown is the same as earlier. So it only shows the same details. So we will close this one. So let's identify and use the system tray network icons. So click the network icon and the pop-on that displays the SSIDs. So which is here, this one. Then we will go to network and internet settings. So let's try this. Minimize the window and let's close this one first. There. So for this one, we can see in the settings window, click change adapter options. So we will go back to this window. So in the network connections, we will right click the Wi-Fi and we will disable it again. So by going back to the system tray, as we can see, there is no SSID detected, or this computer cannot detect the wireless networks that is being detected by the computer earlier. So the only detected is the network that is being connected in the LAN router, or the wired connection of the network. So as we can see, let's try to enable this again. So as we can see, the Wi-Fi is enabling, so it is enabled. So we can see there is a lot of SSIDs now since the Wi-Fi is enabled. So for the network problem icon, in network windows, disable all Wi-Fi and Ethernet adapters. So let's try to disable this again. And let's try to disable this one. So as we can see, there is no connection. Like this computer would not connect to the internet. So let's try. Let's go to network and internet setting. So as we can see, there is no let's check the status. So it is not connected. Let's troubleshoot. Click the troubleshoot, and now it is detecting problems. So let's try to select all network adapters, then click next. Plug an Ethernet cable into this computer. So it is detected that there is no plug Ethernet cable into this computer since we disabled the currently connected NICs. So let's try to enable this again. And enable the Wi-Fi. So now we can see there is no troubleshooting here since we connected to the Ethernet and to the Wi-Fi network. So the reflection question is, why would you activate more than one NIC on a PC? So two NICs are important since the one of the NIC will reserve or as a back or will serve as a backup NIC for a PC. If one of the NIC doesn't work, then the other one will suffice for the connection we need uh, for the things we need to do, or for the things we need an internet connection, like online school, or by uh, detecting or by troubleshooting net other devices that is connected to the network. So hope you like this video and see you again next time.